In today's video we will discuss the top 10 things you didn't know about Popeyes. Please make sure you subscribe to the Top 10 Jaw-Dropping Facts channel. New videos release every Monday through Friday. If you're from down south, then you know about the delicious taste of Popeyes and their fries and biscuits. Let's get into the interesting facts about them. Number 10. The last Popeyes buffet closed in 2021. Apparently, at one time, many Popeyes locations were actually all-you-can-eat buffets. Over the years, they have been sadly phased out. The last one standing in Lafayette, Louisiana, was made famous by Anthony Bourdain, who ate at the location for 3 days straight, enjoying the $8.99 price tag. Sadly, according to Eater, the location is still there, but the buffet did not survive the pandemic. Number 9. Popeyes was near financial ruin in 1991. Just 19 years after Popeyes first opened its doors and met with such tremendous success, the company floundered and was in serious financial peril. The company filed for protection under the Bankruptcy Act in 1991. This was due to the rapid growth and the error of overexpansion that had created a debt of $391 million. The business went into default on the debts. There was never any intention of the chain closing its doors or going out of business during the bankruptcy proceedings. They filed the petition in 1991, and just 1 year later, the company bounced back under the name America's Favorite Chicken Company. This is the name of the parent company of Popeyes as well as its sibling company Church's Fried Chicken, which was another of the businesses that the larger parent company owned at that time. Number 8. Popeyes had to buy their own recipes back. Just last year, Popeyes made weird news items nationwide for buying their own recipes for $43 million. It turned out that Copeland's family still owned the goods, even though Al relinquished control of the company in 1992, and had been charging the chain an annual royalties fee of $3.1 million. Now, Popeyes still has to pay the Copeland estate for spices, but at least they finally managed to acquire the world's most expensive index cards. Number 7. Popeyes brought Louisiana into competition with Kentucky. As if you couldn't tell, Popeyes food has a distinctly southern style, which puts us in mind of the Colonel's secret recipe, but the food is entirely different. It's the style of cuisine that you would definitely find in Louisiana, with the Cajun offerings and the deep-fried southern goodness of the chicken. We all know that their stiffest competition is Kentucky Fried Chicken. Number 6. They went through a lot of name changes. Copeland's first chicken restaurant was called Chicken on the Run, because it was so fast you get your chicken before you get your change. But people weren't into Copeland's food, so he switched over to a Louisiana Cajun-style recipe and rebranded as Popeyes Mighty Good Fried Chicken. Once that gained some traction, Copeland changed the name yet again to Popeyes Famous Fried Chicken. Eventually, they were Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, before their latest rebranding turned them into Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. If you were wondering why they never picked up an apostrophe in all those name changes, Copeland always joked that he was too poor to afford one when he started out, and the tradition apparently stuck. Number 5. But hated in rice. You don't get to Copeland's position without making a few enemies, but AL's most famous feud was pretty hilarious. Noted vampire novelist Anne Rice had it out with Copeland in 1997 over one of his non-Popeyes restaurants, Straya, which she thought was tacky. It seems she was especially pissed because she had her main vamp Lestat disappear into the building, back when it was a car dealership, in her book Memnoch the Devil, so she did what any normal person would do, took out full-page ads in the local newspaper bashing the place and updated her voicemail messages to nasty rants about Straya. Copeland took out a full-page ad in response, offering to treat her to dinner and help her find Lestat, but he wasn't too pleased. He filed a defamation suit that was eventually thrown out by a civil district judge. Rice later moved to California and Straya shut down, but locals still haven't stopped laughing over this bloodsucker beef. Number 4. He also loved Christmas. Move over, Clark Griswold. If you're looking for the undisputed king of Christmas displays, you gotta hand it to Al. The man put together insane displays with over 500,000 lights in his front yard for years. In fact, they caused so much traffic that his neighbors sued in 1983, so he staged the stuff off-site for several years, until a toned-down version returned to his estate in 1991. But Copeland channeled his holiday spirit in quieter ways as well. Every year, he underwrote gifts for 1,000 needy children. The presents were delivered on Christmas Eve, signed by Santa, who's starting to look a little miserly compared to this jolly millionaire. Number 3. Copeland lived large. Once he was making money off Popeyes, Copeland leaned hard into the playboy lifestyle. He was known for racing powerboats and cruising around New Orleans in Rolls Royces. He had 4 insanely lavish weddings, including one where he set off heart-shaped fireworks and commissioned the Popeyes helicopter to scatter rose petals. Also, the Times-Picayune apparently once referred to him as Louisiana's homegrown Liberace, which leads us to believe he had an extensive collection of fur coats and candelabra to boot. Al Copeland Christmas lights. Number 2. The founder got his start in donuts. Copeland entered the food biz at the tender age of 18 when he opened a tasty donut franchise. He had to sell his car for the startup capital, but he was able to turn the place into a profitable shop, which is pretty impressive, considering he didn't even finish high school. Copeland stuck with Tasty Donut for several years, until he noticed the KFC next door was crushing it and ditched fried dough for fried chicken. Popeyes was founded in 1972 when the owner was 28. Number 1. The chain is named for Gene Hackman, not the sailor. Everyone assumes Popeyes is named for the cartoon character, but the honor actually goes to a fictional 70s detective. Founder Al Copeland named his place for Gene Hackman's character from the French Connection, Popeye Doyle, basically because he liked the dude's style. And considering Doyle provided the blueprint for every modern car chase scene, we can't argue. I hope you enjoyed our top 10 things you didn't know about Popeyes. Please comment below for any Popeyes facts you think we missed. Do not forget to subscribe to the Top 10 Jaw-Dropping Facts channel. And new episodes release every Monday through Friday.